Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today at Bitcoin Exchange. This is Jay, and I wanted to put out another update for IOTA. If we will go over here to their website, this is IOTA website, iota.org, and they're the backbone of the Internet of Things is here. And some interesting developments have taken place since we put up a couple of our videos on IOTA. Number one, the IOTA review that I put out, I've been getting all kinds of great responses and some negative responses, and that's to be expected. But people are asking me about why I say that it could hit 2,500 in the next 10 years. It could go beyond that. But the biggest hangup with most people that have asked about that can't see that is, how can you have that many IOTA coins out there and it possibly hit 2,500 a coin? Well, first of all, it's just a prediction. It's a forecast. Second of all, the world as you and I know it in 10 years is not going to be like it is right now. The world of finances is changing. In about 3 years, Bitcoin is going to be an everyday household term. Whereas right now, in the United States at least, only about 1.5 to 2% of the people in the country know anything about what Bitcoin is. Some of them are just now starting to hear the term, much less being invested in it. But that's not going to be the case in 10 years. In 10 years, you're going to see so many dynamic changes in technology. It's going to revolutionize everything, number one. Number two, the word trillion and trillion dollars has not really been in circulation in the vernacular as popular as it is right now until after the 2008 debacle in the United States. Now you're seeing a $20 trillion deficit in different things. So trillions of dollars today and in 10 years, trillions of dollars in 10 years is going to be like billions of dollars is today. So it's not, you can't look at today, look forward into the future and think in terms of today. You can't do that. Number one. Number two, there are going to be multiple huge corporations that are going to be jumping into the IOTA Tangle and in the scalability of their concept and everything going on to back not only business to business, peer to peer, different diversifications of the IOTA network and the IOTA exchange of how they're going to handle all of the transactions and information being moved across the globe the way they are anticipating it to be. So multiple large corporations are going to be buying into IOTA in the billions and billions and even possibly trillions of dollars. Also, you're going to have more advanced people in the world that are not investing in cryptocurrencies yet, but they will be. And when they understand the concept of this, it's going to absolutely drive the IOTA price up higher and higher and higher. But as I said with one of our comments, and I do answer our comments as often as I can, if it hits just if it hits $1,000 a coin, we're dancing in the rain. If it hits $100 a coin, I'm dancing in the rain because I'm excited about the potential of all of this. But let me tell you what's going on. Here's their backbone of the IoT is here website, the iota.org rather. And here's a place that you can go. This is not going to be a long video. I just want to kind of give you an update. Here's a place you can go. It's tangleblog.com, and this is a really, really cool website. And the gentleman that has done this website is right on top of his game, and you can contact him. I have been in touch with him a couple times, use a couple of his videos. Just very, very wonderful person, and trying to get as much information about IOTA out there for you. So you can go to this blog site if you would, the Tangler, join it, get all the information that you can about that. And so I've also been asked about from some of our subscribers, where do you go to get information and answers about IOTA? And that would be, this is a blog that kind of tells you what's going on. And incidentally, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but IOTA has come in contact and connected with the marijuana industry for medical marijuana. And that's going to be pushing IOTA even farther. And so this thing is going very, very well for everyone involved in the IOTA world. Now, where do you go? Here's a place that you can go. This is on what's called Slack, slack.com, and Slack is for every different thing out there, but this is the iotatangle.slack.com, and over here on the left-hand side of the screen, obviously I'm a member of it. You can read all the new threads and things, and then they got different channels that you can go to, announcements with IOTA, bounties, different things to think about, some developmental answers, a place here for developers to talk, a general tag that you can tag in here, go over and get some questions. You can write down here what's a question that you may have, and these guys will answer it. You can go into the help. You can go into the Light Wallet and figure out how to get your IOTA Light Wallet set up. Different projects, random talk, and then speculation, which is people are talking about how high is IOTA going to go and different things like that. And this is forever going on, folks. This conversation updates every 2 seconds or so. Here's the thing that I would like for you to know about Slack in general and IOTA Tangle Slack in particular is do not take a question that you have about how do I set up my Light Wallet, or when I'm updating my Light Wallet and I can't seem to get my IOTA to transition to the new wallet. It sometimes can take some time. Don't take your questions about the Light Wallet over here to the developers page or the developer answering. This is not for anyone like that. If you're an investor and you're wanting to buy IOTA, do not take, because these guys are going to answer your questions and they're going to slap you. And they should, because this is for developers to talk back and forth, and they don't have time to answer questions about how to set up an IOTA wallet. This Slack has a place for it right here, a Light Wallet. You go in and you can get questions answered and read the blog, because I'm going to tell you what, I'm sure that if you've experienced anything going on with what you're having issues with, someone else has clearly done it, and they're very benevolent and asking or welcoming you rather to their website and to this page, and then also trying to help you figure things out. This is a world market. This Slack, IOTA Tangle Slack, is a world market, so people are going to answer you from all over the world. It's kind of fun if you got time to get into it. If you're really into IOTA, this is the place to go. If you're into other cryptocurrencies, Slack is the place to go, because you can get all kinds of information. And it tells you right here, download the Slack Mac app if you're on app for Mac. And they have other things for you there. But this is a great place for information. And, of course, I'm part of that as well. One of the things I think is important for you, if we go over here to CoinMarketCap, and then I have isolated the IOTA chart here for us, is I wanted to do this update primarily because, you know, when you see where they started off, of course, they launched out here about the 16th of June of 2017. And they, as with all ICOs and all tokens, they spike and then they drop. And then they begin moving. So now, as you move through this timeline, you can see where they're at. I had a gentleman, or I should say a person, I don't know if it was a man or woman, but it was a comment left to me. There's absolutely no way that IOTA would even hit $1. This person said that to me. After, right here, you see where I started my price prediction was right around in the name, somewhere around in here, and they're floating around 25. It's probably around in, I guess, in here. It's floating around 28 to 35 cents. Never, ever hit. Well, my price prediction came out around here, and it started moving forward. When you get up to here, watch this. This is hilarious. Here it is at $1.08. You see that? $1.08 per coin. Then it drops down here to 87 cents. And then I get a comment saying IOTA will never hit $1. And I'm like, well, it's already done it. Lo and behold, it come up here and almost did it again right there, 99.6. Then it's dropped down and it's fluctuating somewhere between 80 and 90 cents. And if you're watching the CoinMarketCap, and I do, it's moving somewhere between the 5th position down to the 6th, down to the 7th, down to the 8th, back up to the 6th, back up to the 5th, back down to the 7th. This is what's going on in this area here. What I'm saying to you is this, what you're seeing here with this rise right here, going up, okay, from here. Here we're going across. I got to get this square on the left out of my way. Here we are going horizontal, as all coins do when they launch. And then they get a little peak, and then they're up around 28, 29 cents, which is when I was telling everybody, buy, get into this, get into this. And so everyone's been listening has really done well, because as soon as I sent this out about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, IOTA started tracking up. Now, it went from about 25 to 28 cents, and as we've seen, it shot all the way up to $1.08 right there, and then it dropped back down. Now it's holding sideways in the 80s. It's doing here what it was doing here. So now what I'm predicting is that IOTA is, what they're doing, they're controlling not so much they can't control the value of the coin, but they're controlling what they're allowing the information to leak out as to how things are going, because they're giving people time to get in at different phases. That's what I think is going on here. Number one. Number two, this went on for about July 15th or so, 17th is when it started picking up, and it shot all the way up to here in about a month. Now we've been holding steady here in the 80s and 90s, if you would, for about a week, week and a half. I'm predicting in the next 2-3 weeks, maybe three, let me say it this way, for the next 4 to 8 weeks, I'll say it that way, that IOTA is going to punch through $1, probably head closer to $1.80, $1.70, somewhere around in there, at least a buck, $1.50. I'm going to say somewhere between the end of September, middle of October, you're going to see another swift move up. And they're stair-stepping this thing. So walk with me on this. We will see how this goes. But I can see IOTA punching through a $1.50 here in the next next several weeks, which is great. If you bought back here at 25 to 28 cents and it punches through a $1.50, you quadrupled your money in less than 90 days. You can't do that anywhere in the bank. So this is where I'm predicting that IOTA is heading, because of the sideways activity we're seeing here. You're seeing it here as well. You're going to see this. It's testing. It tested the market at a $1.08. Then it dropped back down. Then it shot up to 99 point. Well, there's a $1.01 there. They said it wouldn't do it. It did it twice in 10 days. So what I'm seeing here is it's going sideways and fluctuating a little bit. It's going to do this for a couple more weeks, maybe 3 or 4 more weeks. 2 or 3 more weeks, and then I think it's going to start busting a move. It's already tested the dollar mark and punched through twice, and now it's going to jump through. And it may do it sooner. I hope it does. But when it does break through, it's going to hold above $1. It'll do like Bitcoin. It's going to come through. It's probably going to hit somewhere to run up to the $1.30, $1.40, $1.50 range, and then back down again to the $1.20 range, then back up to the $1.50, $60, $70 range. And you're going to see this going through into the fall. By winter time, I'm thinking in December, you could very well see IOTA punch through the $2 mark, and then it's going to be on its rise. And I got to tell you, once IOTA hits $2, it'll hold that 5th position, if not 4th position, pretty clean. Once it gets in the $8 and $10 market, and that will happen sometime next year, I'm predicting you're going to see somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 to $8 by the end of 2018. It's going to be holding securely its position in the top 5. So anyway, this is Jay with an update on the IOTA, and I hope you guys got into it at a good time. It's still a great time to get into it. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate some of the anecdotes that I've been getting and some of the private messages. Just really lets me know that you guys are involved in this and you appreciate what we're doing here. I'm in this to get rich. I'm in this for you to get rich. So I'm trying to bring to you as many things as we possibly can to help you and your family change your financial future forever. All right, this is Jay again with Bitcoin Exchange. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the future.